So the comeback trail. Last week I managed 50 miles. This week hoping for something similar. But where am I going? How am I going to get there? And how will I know when I'm getting there? Well, as many of you know, this training series started as a double good for age qualifier for spring marathon. Done well on course to smash that. Unfortunately, I had 4 weeks to not be able to do very much running at all. And the marathon I planned to race, Shakespeare, has been cancelled due to lack of entries. Therefore, what does that leave me and the London Good for Age? I think, realistically, it's going to be September, by the time I might be in shape to have a go at that, sub 3:15. And I'm looking at a marathon at the Bedford Aerodrome, 8 laps of around 5k each. Many people shy away from that, but it sort of suits my OCD type, even pacing, heart rate running. And talk of heart rate, that's how I know how I'm going to get there. I do a lot of running at 70 to 75% of my max heart rate. To many people that's low zone 2. And I know by my own little test what fitness I'm in. Now some of you might do a test like a 5k time trial, parkrun. You might enter 10k. You might aim to run a certain distance at marathon effort, or marathon pace. But I'll tell you what my fitness test is. My fitness test is to find a flat, traffic-free route. This will do nicely. And run for an hour with little or no stopping at between 140 and 145 heart rate. At the minute, that's bringing me about 925 per mile. That's unfit. As I see that pace increase at that heart rate, once I get lower than 9-minute miling, I'll think fitness returning. And ideally, I want to get down to 8:20 pace at that heart rate. I'll be over the moon, because then I'll be able to start attacking the other running targets I have this year. So apart from the Good for Age Marathon, I would like to achieve our running club's gold standard for my age category, which is about 50. Some years ago, I put together, with the help of a couple of the club members, a series of standards, gold, silver, bronze, for each 5-year age category for male and females. I'll put my own category up on the screen now so you can see the numbers I'll try and hit. All you have to do is achieve 3 of those standards to be classed a gold standard runner for your age category and get a nice certificate.
So hello, it's Tuesday and I'm out here getting ready to do a 5-mile marathon effort session. So I've just done 1 mile warm-up. I'm just going to do a few drills now and then I will set off on the session. So let me tell you the aim of this session. So unlike John, who runs to heart rate, I tend to run to perceived effort. So I'm going to run at what I feel is my marathon effort, and I'm hoping to see 7:30s to 40s, and in the heart rate I'm hoping to see around 140 to 142, maybe pushing up a little bit as the run progresses. So yeah, that's what the aim is, to see what my marathon heart rate is with the pace that I expect to be running. So this is a new concoction. Do you want to tell them what we bought?
Yeah, we've got some maltodextrin, and having watched Matt Rees, the Welsh runner, take it on his marathon and his training runs, I think for £2.61 I've got the biggest bag and his sack of maltodextrin powder I could ever imagine.
So yeah, so I've mixed it up with a little bit of protein actually, so I've just given it a go. I don't normally suffer with stomach upsets, fingers crossed. So let's have a look. Okay, it's drill time. that's a good solid 8 miles done for 1 mile warm up, 2 mile cool down, and the 5 miles of marathon effort in the middle. Yeah, I think that's a success for the evening. Welcome to late Thursday afternoon, and this is what we have. So we don't often get snow like this. It's only maybe once or twice in a year. So early March, and we're just about to set off. Children having immense fun over there in the snow. Lovely to see. I think a lot of the schools closed in this area today. It looks beautiful, but it's quite difficult to run in, and the further up the trail we go, the thicker it gets. But do you know what? For once or twice a year, does it matter if the pace is 10:30, 11:30? Who cares? Let's just enjoy.
Snow-topped carrot, snow-topped rabbit.
It's really coming down thick now, and visibility is quite poor.
But I can see my watch, it's time to turn back.
Hey, turn round. Whoops, slip. Amazing. Driving snow. Due to the deep snow in our area on Friday, I decided to do my long run of 20 miles on the treadmill. I've done this a few times in the past, but it's been a long time ago. The benefit of doing the long run on the treadmill for me on this day was good mental preparation for the marathon. As you know, the marathon is a patience game, so I found by doing each section of the treadmill in 5 mile blocks, I was able to concentrate on how I would feel during the marathon. I found that I ran to feel, and it actually was a really enjoyable run. So the run took me just over 3 hours, so I was running just over 9-minute mile pace.
So Saturday, to escape the frozen wastelands of Yorkshire, we made the journey down the M1 to run the Long Eaton parkrun. A really fast and flat course if you're that way inclined, with plenty of historic interest there. We ran it fairly steady in around 26 minutes, but one highlight of our trip to Long Eaton was to meet up with fellow YouTuber Sam Bassett and his coaching group. If you've not seen his channel, please do go and check it out. It's full of fascinating running content.
So from Long Eaton parkrun to the Knots 10 road race. So just making our way to the start. A nice steady run out for us this afternoon. Conditions are okay. A little bit of breeze, a bit of a chill, but actually quite good for the time of year, of course.
Right next to the National Water Sports Centre.
Yeah, there you go.
On Pier Point. Several years ago, I ran the Nottingham Marathon, I think about miles 21, 22, 23, came via here. Seemed to go on forever.
3, 2, 1, go!
That was quick, wasn't it? Okay.
So the idea of running the Knots 10 in the second week of my comeback came about because a club mate had entered the race and highlighted it to us. What I aimed to do was to do the first 3 or 4 miles at my normal easy zone 2 effort, going into a moderate effort for the middle 3 miles, and then for the final 3 miles getting it up into tempo effort. As you can see from the final 2 miles, where I would expect to run a marathon heart rate at 165 and above, we are around 8-minute miling at the minute, which will give me a 3:30 marathon. I need a sub 3:15, so we've plenty of work to do on endurance and pace heart rate relationship.
Thank you. So we're just coming up to 2 miles now, and feeling quite good. Just enjoying it, aren't we, John?
Yeah.
There goes the
I'm
watch.
early, yeah.
8:42. Nice training pace. So we're just coming up to 5 miles now, and all going well. Still enjoying it. My guess is we're going back onto the lake, and this time it is a lake, not a pond. Isn't that right, John?
That's the water sports lake. Only British canoeing.
So we're into the last mile now. So how do you feel, John?
Like a rolling stone.
Thank you. But enjoyed this run. All seems to have been on the same loop 3 times, was it?
Yeah.
Lost count. Just coming into the finish now. And we're done. 10 miles in.
85:40.
85:40.
Just under 30 minutes outside my best.
But good training run, yes.
Yeah.
Pushed it on the last 2 miles, which is good.
So a second pleasing comeback week for me. As we can see, another 50-mile week. Let's hope we can make more than 3 in a row on this particular comeback.
A successful week for me, hitting my highest mileage in this marathon training block. The aim is to do another week like this before I have a cutback week.
And we hope you've enjoyed this week's training video. If you have, please give it a like. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. It's free to you, and it means you get to see our future running, parkrun, training updates. So until next week, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping